Hello, this is your Detective Lizaria. You see the topic? Yep, that's right. Seeking those that may have been associated with a cold case, or maybe still in a situation where their passing is still a cold case. So if you happen to have a unsolved passing where they didn't find the one that did this to you, you can maybe come through. Of course, you can tell me who you are, how you passed, and any other clues. Maybe clues that you wish that the police or the detectives or anybody out there that was searching for you did find. Again, this is Detective Lizaria. I already started Spirit Talker a bit ago as I was setting up. So, that's what was said.
Group.
All right, a group. I'm assuming you're letting me know that there's a group of you that may be tied to a cold case. Maybe several of you had passed away by the same person, but it was never caught.
My name is Mary.
Hello, Mary. You know what's funny? I did happen to maybe see a story about one that happened to have that name. I was looking up some cold cases a bit ago. Please hold. I gotta see if my notes had that name. Okay. If not, when in doubt, go to the websites. Which was
Yours.
what is my name? Again, Lizaria. Detective Lizaria. Okay, maybe it was some other one. Let me just type in cold case group Mary, maybe. See if there's a little connection going on. Okay, how about Mary Chisholm? So Mary Chisholm. Oh, never mind. I think this might be like GB. Never mind.
Communication.
So yeah, that's what we're trying to do right now is communicate. And obviously communication is good to maybe solve your case, even though it's not going to be fully case closed, but maybe you want to be able to help close it because you know what happened or who did it. So again, I'm going to get rid of group. And see if there's any popular Mary ones. Oh, several. So we have ones that were either solved or still active that have the name Mary. And these are the ones. So it'll tell you if they were solved, I'm assuming, by the date. Oh, okay. So it's telling you when the incident happened and when it finally was closed. Okay. So there's a bunch of them. These ones down below don't have ones that were closed. Mary Lynn from 1988. Mary Showman, 1989. Mary Frances Hill.
It's beautiful here.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that you're seeing that. So again, maybe it's these three that could be still unsolved. So did I list your name? Assuming it's unsolved. And I just realized I didn't have the EMF meter up. Sorry. I got it all set up. And I was like, oops, the EMF meter's not there. Okay. So Mary, did I say your name? What are the three that weren't solved yet? If it was the last name with a V, Miss Showman, or Hill? You can light up the EMF meter to yellow if it is. So like I said, I'm a detective. Of course, cold cases are very interesting. Sadly, you are passed away, whoever still has a cold case that hasn't been solved. But, you know, I'm wondering if those that have passed away have the truth with them. Basically, they were buried with them or it died with them. Maybe you want to tell us and spill it out to us. Let us know. Be curious if we can figure it out together.
They will get you.
Oh, ooh, wait. Is that a spirit telling that to the suspect? If the suspect's still alive, they're letting them know that the cops will get them. They will solve my mystery one way or another, even if it takes 100 million years. We'll solve it. So you're letting us know that they will get you is referring to you as the suspect. Not me, but the suspect. They, as in authorities, cops. That's my theory. So again, just regroup. And maybe it's for, again, Mary. Don't know how to pronounce your last name.
You are enough.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm not even gonna. Vile Pando? I don't know. From 1988, who was 24 years old. Then we have Mary Showman from a year after that, who was a 28-year-old. And then in 2006, Mary Frances Hill.
Skinwalkers around.
Okay. So if the spirits happen to be very observant of me and what I do, maybe they were aware of some of the cold cases that I may have jotted down on a notebook. Curious if those names will come through. I thought Mary was, but it was a middle name, Maria, but not Mary. So I do apologize.
Died.
Yes, unfortunately you did. There are many of these people that were in a cold case. Oh, sorry. Again, I always try to film around the time that I finish something, and I have like another hour or so before bed, and this always happens to be caught during my sessions. Sorry. One more time. And she's not here to eat it because she's got a bowl in the bathroom if she's hungry. So, again, just curious if they happen to be observing me and knowing what I jotted down on these notes, if the names will be coming through. Otherwise, again, you are more than welcome to tell me who you are. If I didn't even get your name because you're fresh, not fresh, but someone that has a unique story. Because, I mean, see?
Watching.
So they are watching. I was just saying that. So you're letting me know that you are indeed watching. Well, can you prove it? By putting possibly any of these. I have a notebook. I put some names in here tied to cold cases. If you tell me one of the names, I'm going to be ecstatic, overwhelmed, amazed. You know, again, if you happen to say one of the names that was jotted down on here, there's a few. There's a possibility you might have seen me. Again, because I'm a detective, aka one that loves to solve things. I'm trying to give you guys a chance to be heard and seen, well, sort of seen, and, you know, people that come out and speak about your supposed passing, whether it was an M or S or what.
Pay attention.
Pay attention. Okay. Oh wait, they're paying attention to what I do. Sorry, I thought it was referring maybe to me. I think it's them saying that they're watching and they're paying attention to what I do. Ah. So I hope you didn't mind me doing what I did. Just to, was it yesterday? I can't even tell what day I did things. But basically, I was able to find a few websites, jotted down some little paragraphs or so of some interesting cold cases that grabbed my attention. There was many, but I picked a few. Instead of trying to do each one as an individual one.
Impaled.
Impaled. Okay. Does anybody have impaled? No. No. No impaled on that one. And then the other one was a lot. So let me just see if there is a cold case where somebody died while being impaled. Is it maybe Florence? the 1971 murder. Sorry, sorry, I didn't mean to say the word. Of again, Florence. She was impaled on a bedpost. Otherwise, there was the 1945 pitchfork.
Neil.
M. of Charles Walton. And then just recently, 2019, Amy was killed by a corn rake. So here are the ones that may have cases that were involved with impalement. Nobody with Neil that came up on this one, but no, nobody with impaled and Neil, but maybe. There's maybe this one, Stephen O'Neill from 1989, unsolved arson. In Maine in 1989, the passing of a 14-year-old, Stephen O'Neill, in a house fire remains a cold case with family seeking closure. Is this one coming through? Maybe, possibly. It just said Neil.
Watch it.
Otherwise, there's a William or Billy Neil.
We
watch it. Interesting. We watch it. It's a lot of paying attention. We watch it. Hold on. So William Billy Neil, 1992, cold case, Ontario. From the police continue to investigate this case that was a fatal SHOOTING of Billy. So again, not sure which one is coming through. If it is a last name, because the first name didn't come through as Neil. But again, I just think it's interesting how it's saying watching, pay attention, watch it, we. Are they able to watch what's going on and say that they could tell if and when their case might get solved and closed?
Graveyards hide secrets.
Okay. Whether it means that the ones that were buried may have been not truly buried, maybe buried in a different spot they were supposed to be buried, or maybe in a completely different cemetery than they were meant to be. But yeah, when it just kept saying watching, watch it, pay attention, are you able to again see, even if it's been 50 years?
Victorian.
See what happens. So maybe you happen to have a cold case that happened to be in the Victorian era. And funny enough, I'm literally reading a book about Victorian era. So it's like, are they literally watching me? Okay, they're observing me, watching, me reading the book. That's about a Victorian era.
Military.
Military. Hmm. So again, the Victorian era, which is around 1837 to 1901, um, is the Jack the Ripper killing. Um, the 1888 Tammuz Torso M's, and the 1892 Lizzie Borden case. These cases are defined and still unsolved. And there's other ones. Remember Mary? There's Mary Rogers. You see, there's a bunch. So here, I'm just gonna let you guys see these ones.
Forgiveness.
So maybe somebody's forgiving for what happened to them. And maybe one of these unfortunate cold cases. So again, is your name on any of these that I have displayed up here? Maybe? Okay. Mm-hmm.
Over here.
Over here. I don't know. I just typed in, after having Victorian, I typed in military. Here's a few.
Rosemary.
Hi, Rosemary. Don't know if it's Spirit Guide Rosemary. Hi. Got Rosemary. Otherwise, maybe, what do you call it? There's a case regarding a lady named Rosemary. But first, it did say military. Assuming it might be in the Victorian era, because it said Victorian and then military. Here are the three. We have Frederick, Sir John, and Private William. In case it was tied to Victorian and military.
Wave.
Well, is it possibly Rosemary Brown? It's a 25-year-old Australian cold case who was M'd around 2000. Otherwise, could it be the 1979 Rosemary Peterson case? She was 23 years old. It was December 4th of 1979. in her Illinois apartment. She was tied to her bedpost with a necktie. And I'm not going to mention anything else. I'm going to let you read it. Gets a little gruesome. No, I can't again?
No, I can't.
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
Can you see us?
It looks like someone already answered for me. And just said, no, I can't. So again, I can't see you. And I don't know, it said, no, I can't randomly. So I don't know if it was just someone talking to amongst each other, like spirit to spirit. And you may were asking, do you see them or do you, or something? And they're like, no, I can't. And then they're like, let's ask her. And this is me. No, I can't. But I can kind of see you if you interact with these clear balls by tapping, picking, or holding onto them. Basically, any movement will set the balls to light up for a few moments, and then they just go back to this dormant state. If you want to be seen or known, or let me know exactly where you're located by, say you're over there by the dresser, over there on the chair, or up here. If you can.
Satanic.
Okay, we got something that might be tied to one of the cold cases that I did read and jot on my lovely notes. And if I can get to it, trying to do this one-handed is not very easy. Sorry, trying to get this.
Charlie.
Charlie. Oh, yes. There's two. How's that? I mean, he went by Charlie or Charles. Okay. So there's Charles or Charlie. There's that one. And then there's that one. You can see, I know I scribbled it, but it is Santanics. You just can't see that. So basically, Coven of Witches or Satanics.
Stay out the woods.
Stay out the woods. Yes. Apparently, if you are somebody who may have been discovered in the woods, there was somebody that was discovered in the woods. Again, Charles was found on a dirt road. Not sure if it's related to a forest, but
Beatrice.
so yeah, there's a few that happen to have notable cold cases involving victims that were discovered in wooded areas or in the forest. But there's a bit too many. Some were solved, some weren't. I'll just mention Derek and David Alton, Tammy Tignar, David Reed, Judy Smith, Claire Gravel, and Kylie Anthony. Because it said stay out the woods. Just wanted to know if there was anybody tied to the woods. Is there a Beatrice that had passed away that's a cold case? Let's find out. Oh, there's a recent one. It was Beatrice who was found stabbed to passing in her New York home in 1976. Finally, whoa, check it out. It's current as of this month and this year. Toys.
Toys.
So if this Beatrice is the one that just found out that maybe she can see that her cold case was finally solved in this month. I don't know exact time, but again, we're at the end of January. So it's a 49-year-old cold case finally solved. And this one was the one that was finally confessing to her. Otherwise, there's this one, still going maybe, 1972. Still seeking tips. And the other ones are more for like middle names, I guess. All right, so if you're possibly Beatrice Mebon, your cold case is solved. The person that did this to you finally confessed in this month of January 2026. Are you happy to hear that? That you're finally able to see the justice that you deserved, even though it's been 49 years from the time you passed?
Sorry if I scared you.
No, you didn't. Hmm.
Brown eyes.
Hmm.
Shot.
Well, yes, I mean, sadly, many of the cold cases had a situation where they were shot. Sadly, I don't.
Collect.
Okay, collecting. Okay, wait, what? Is it maybe the alias of this one, Fairgate? Where they were trying to collect your DNA, but they couldn't find you? So you never got your name, just your alias? Otherwise, maybe it's like collecting money. Maybe you were SHOT because somebody came and wanted to collect money from you. But yeah, like I said, in the page that I was looking at, sorry to get to it, Jennifer Barrygate. So they
Box.
So again, they were trying to collect that stuff, but they couldn't. And again, she was, where the heck did it say it? Yeah, again. Otherwise, the other one that I was kind of gonna say, if I can find it, this one right here. It wasn't, again, not SHOT. Hold on. Hold on. Where's Ada? I lost Ada. Hold on. Did I miss Ada one? Hold on. Okay. Alone? You were alone?
Alone.
So again, maybe they're telling me the clues here. So it's saying that they had brown eyes, or maybe the suspect did. They were SHOT, maybe collecting money, collecting their body, I don't know. A box was involved, maybe a box of money. And then they were alone. And they were innocent.
Innocent.
Okay. I swear I wrote down, here it is. I'm just stupid. So Ada, I found you. Okay. So again, this one right here involves her son. And again, because of this. So were they there to collect the money? Because of how wealthy she was? Not sure about box. I'm looking for box, but I don't see anything with box.
Frank.
Oh. And one Frank that I can think of is somebody who was tied to the Alcatraz escape.
Fast.
Is this Frank? The one that escaped Alcatraz? You're saying you're innocent? Then you can light up any of these clear up cat balls to confirm. Let me see if there's anybody tied to a Frank in these stories that I may have skimmed through. And no. No, there is not. Is it me? Okay, there might be one. 1993 unsolved murder. Frank Stanton in Missouri remains a cold case. It's the 48-year-old father.
It's someone else.
I don't know if it's delayed when I was referring to, is this somebody tied to the Alcatraz? So maybe, is it this one though? As I was reading it, maybe you finally found the response, but this is not. Okay, anyways. They can again confirm strong on the EMF meter or Keppel. So Frank Stanton, Missouri, cold case, 48 father, and newspaper delivery driver was SHOT in the head at close range in his truck on June 10th of 1993. Despite 30-year investigation and a potential suspect photo, no arrests.
Ancient spirit.
That stinks. Stinks. So it's still going. We have also another one, Frank Castro Jr., who was SHOT and K'd in the Long Beach, California, 2009. Frank Yu, who was beaten, and SHOT to passing in San Marcos, Texas in 2011. And then we have, Frank Spencer, 2012, SHOT. So I'm not sure if I said your name, but there you go. But yes, like I said, there's a lot.
Call out.
So there is a lot of unfortunate cold cases where people were SHOT. Were you trying to call out for help? I can see that. Maybe you were still hanging in when you were SHOT and
Amaze.
hold on, my heart. 15 minutes. My hand hurts. Okay, so again, trying to do a detective thingy. So we got a lot of things coming through also now, such as brown eyes, SHOT, collect, box, alone, innocent, frank, fast. It's someone else. Call out. So are you maybe telling me your story, or there's different ones that are trying to like get their stories out? Because again, this is a detective, Detective Lizaria. Very intriguing cases out there, and I know there's many that still have yet to be solved, and it stinks that some are still beyond solved after over 100 years. But even with the new technology we have, you would think that they could finally solve older cases, like reopen them, the ones that were so close to being solved, but they didn't have the technology for the DNA. But now that they do, they should totally.
It's very lonely here.
They can totally try to do that. Try to scan the fingerprints and see who touched that object. And I know that some won't do it because it's going to cost money. Seriously. I feel like those spirits are like, can you just solve my case? It's right there. All I had to do is scan that fingerprint. It'll be done, even though that person probably already passed away. The one that may have done it to them by that time. All right.
Badly.
They really badly want this to be the situation where things will get solved. And they want to have it badly figured out or something, yeah. No capital activity, but that's okay. I even tried to have them up there now. And I got just temporary. I have little candles from my family home my other sister. She said, sure, you can borrow them. I'm like, thanks. But yeah, for some reason, not much on the activity because I can't keep lifting up and then missing out on stuff. If it's at the edge on top of the dresser, so that's like, let's move it down there. So hopefully they're feeling
Music.
Hopefully they're feeling the music. Maybe it's somebody who happened to be a musician that had a cold case. Or maybe that person, the last few things that they remember was somebody playing music. Or maybe they missed playing music or hearing music. And unfortunately, no. That didn't help. All right. Gotta slowly.
Abundance.
I have to slowly start easing my way to ending this. So again, if you happen to be an unfortunate victim that was emmed and your case has yet to be closed because it's still a cold case, you want to be known, you can again tell me your story, your name, how you passed. Because there's many out there. And
Hatred.
unfortunately, yep, because of that, people do M. Can't really say the word, but it's the thing right here. And with the ED at the end. So again, that's what basically happens. People get angry, upset, full of hate, and they do stupid things because they just can't get to find a way to, get closure with that person. Instead, they just K them. Sorry, I'm just stretching. I was in a bad position, hunched over, not very smart. So one last time.
Resilience.
Well, they're saying recent breakthroughs in cold case investigations have highlighted remarkable stories of resilience where the families and investigators have pursued justice for decades after a loved one's death.
We're all good.
Awesome to hear. Due to modern forensic technology, such as genetic genealogy, is increasingly responsible for solving these, bringing closure to cases that had gone cold for over 30, 40, or even 50 years, which I mentioned about 5 minutes ago, didn't I? How people being passed away many years ago, if their cases weren't closed and they're sitting there waiting to be solved, with our technology nowadays, they should be able to close it. Even if it means that those people that did it have already passed, which is a bummer. Oh, like I said, see? Again, somebody who ended up passing away, even though they found out who it was. which is a bummer. Again, case was in, and then that's when they discovered it, but that's what happened to that person. Case, what happened? And then, so that's good. And then we have another one. Yeah, I see you. Sorry. So even though maybe they couldn't be able to see it, their family did.
I'm attached to the woods.
So maybe their parents, their spouses, their kids, or grandkids, all depends, or the great grandkids, to finally be able to see that whoever happened to have a cold case was finally closed. And that's what I hope that will happen for many of you are out there, to be able to see that. It seems like you are able to watch and see. Oh, sorry.
Please stay back.
Will do. But like I said, it seems like you are very observant and aware of things, including maybe how your case is going, whether it's little tiny things that people are still out there searching. I mean, it would be awesome if you help guide them. Be like, over here, over here. Or just put a big fat arrow on the person that did it. This guy, this person, he did it. Ah, here we go. Since you do know who it was, some of you, were you able to ever hunt the ones that did this to you? Move things, show yourself, do something, curseable on them? The ones that may have done that to you, were you able to do anything like that as a spirit? For revenge, justice, on your own? Because apparently nothing was happening on Earth to solve your case? No? They're like, huh? Alright. 8 minutes or less. Anyone else? Probably last call. Anyone else? Tell your story? Very intriguing stories? Based on cold cases? Maybe unsolved still?
Encouragement.
Well, just a little early sign out. Again, I usually give you guys a little bippity bap just so you guys know that you can easily tap these balls before I end the session. Just to say you were here. You just were focusing on maybe the app or the EMF meter. But here you go. Just tap it like this and it lights up like that. Okay? Again, don't know if you'll be able to do it, but that's how you do it. 7 minutes and 6 minutes and counting. Down. And that's me again, showing them. Be cool if you could do the one on the dresser.
Our remains.
Yes, exactly. Unfortunately, cold cases, it's because your remains were out there. And because some of them were very hard to get a lot of evidence from due to what was left of you. So again, there's the one that I mentioned about Jeanette, the 16-year-old. Her remains were found by a dog, and where she was located was up on a hill, maybe related to
Healthy.
maybe related to somebody that was, or some group that was doing witchcraft or satanic stuff, and maybe she was a human sacrifice. I don't know. I thought it said wealthy, and then I'm like, oh, that one could have been Ada. Nope, it said healthy. Yeah, obviously you probably could have been very healthy, but again, somebody does something to you.
Deride.
Right? It's been a while since I got that word. Hold on. Can I look that up real quick? Sorry.
It's my happy place.
Oh. I guess it's to speak of or treat them with contempt, mockery, or scorn, aiming to make them seem ridiculous, worthless. Basically, shut them down. Belittle. Okay. All right. Well, I guess nobody wants to really say much on the case. That's okay. We've got a few.
Stink.
Either A, they're very upset that this is ending. It stinks that this is ending. 2, maybe their remains did stink after they were decomposing. Or it stinks that their case is still unsolved. Or maybe that's how they were discovered, because of the smell. Oh, how about this one? The case of Gloria Ramirez, known as the Toxic Lady in 1994, involving a bizarre unsolved mystery where medical staff reported a garlic-like ammonia-scented smell and an oily sheen on her body, resulting in several workers falling ill. While not a traditional cold case, it is a strange odor and unexplained nature remain famous in the medical mysteries. Probably not related, but just interesting. Otherwise, the stink evidence in many cold cases, a powerful smell of decomposition, which I said earlier, is often the key indicator that leads the police to find a missing person, such as in cases involving hidden bodies. So maybe due to your stench of your decomposing body, they were able to find you.
Iris.
Iris. Um, Iris Felice. Who was an infant daughter of Roger and Molly Felice. Probably not related. Yeah. Alright. Okay, 1 hour. Sorry, y'all. I tried to give you a little bit more time, but you know me, I am a detective. I probably will maybe put this topic out again in the future if I'm still doing this. So this is your detective, Lizaria, signing out. So peace, love, and eternity. Bye.